Disclaimer, this video is going to be pure speculations, hopes, and theories for the upcoming Cave and Cliffs update. If you want specifically confirmed features, please see the video link in the corner now. For a separate video, I've kept them separate so I don't actually confuse anybody about what I would want to come to the game and what is confirmed to come to the game. I find it important that these things are separate so I can be as honest as possible. Thank you. Gang Minecrafters, this is MC Rep. With the conclusion of Minecraft Live, I want to do a review about the Caves and Cliffs update, specifically about all the speculations and hopes and theories that I have for this update, about a little of the features, about how they might implement things, and we'll just get straight into it. I'm going to be kind of going in the same order as I did with the other video when it came to the specific facts about everything. So when it comes to, if we start off with caves, I think, well, when it comes to caves, they've added 3 biomes. We have the LUSH caves, the DRIPSTONE caves, and the third unnamed biome, where the most consistent they've named it is like the deepest depths of the world biome or something. I think that we may be running into another situation where they might let us vote for the not necessarily vote, but like have the community decide on the name for the third biome, like how we did for the Hoglin, how we did for like the cat design. This might be the thing where they allow the community to step in and name this biome for Minecraft, perhaps. I think it's possible that they could be adding another biome, kind of like how they did for the Nether update as well, kind of saying that there was only going to be the forest biomes and the Soul Sand Valley, and then they added the basal deltas. It's very possible that they can do the same thing with this update as well, adding a new type of cave, a new kind of like a new cave biome, perhaps with some vegetation, a new block, whatever the case may be. Maybe ores will spawn there more often, or specific ores, maybe it attracts copper, maybe geo, whatever the case may be. We could be looking at another biome, kind of like how we did with another update. Let's see, when it comes to geodes, I think it could be interesting. I'm curious on how long the crystals are going to take to grow, and what kind of like mechanic, like redstone mechanic, we could use to like harvest it easier. I'm very interested about that for sure. I guess if I were to have any hopes about this, I mean, I think it's very good that they've kept it unmovable or unobtainable. I don't think I've made a video about this, but at the very least, if I didn't, then I believe that it was like we were talking in a comment section for the longest time about like how the issue with ores is like once the majority of ores are pretty much just like farmable, like they're pretty much renewable, and so it kind of decreases the point of mining, with the exception of like diamonds, I guess, outside of like trading armor with villagers, trading armor and weapons. But with diamonds, you pretty much just get like mending, and then you pretty much have them set for as long as you want. And then like there kind of is a bit of a defeat with that mining, with mining at that point, when you can like have these farms that can produce these ores on a much larger scale over time without having to venture out longer and longer in order to get them. And so when it comes to geodes, I think it's great that they've kind of hit on that, because we said that the solution would be, we would have to have a new type of ore, something that isn't farmable, or like not farmable, but renewable, in the sense that you can like make a farm for it that stops you from mining. And hopefully with the geodes, we can't move it, so we can't like move one of the spawners next to our base and have a redstone machine like break it for us or something. Hopefully we'd have to break it ourselves with a pickaxe, so we have to actually travel to that geode and mine the amethyst crystals and bring it back to our base afterwards. I think that would be good, because that actually makes us have to mine rather than mine for early game and then make a farm to do it for us. And I think the same thing could be said for copper. I mean, if they don't have, of course, since it's a new ore, it could take a long time for some automatic way for copper to be in the game, or renewable way for copper. But I think it would be nice if they actually just left that alone and made it only mineable. So we actually have more reason to actually mine rather than mine and then try to create a farm for it. I think that's definitely the biggest thing for me. When it comes to bundles are very interesting. It definitely blew my mind that they were even willing to create another like inventory storage unit like this, because, you know, I wonder what they're going to do in order to prevent essentially infinite inventory, because we know shulkers can't be put inside other shulker boxes. It's plausible that they make bundles the same way, but then you can have bundles. Can we have bundles inside of shulker boxes? And if so, then we essentially have pretty much, you could just have like a singular space of infinite inventory. So like, just say like you pick a specific spot in your inventory, you put a shulker box there, and then you craft a bundle, like you fill up that shulker box, and then once it's full, you have to pick a spot in there and put a bundle there and fill that up. Once that's full, you have to take something out, so you can put a singular shulker box and fill that shulker box in, and then you just keep going for infinity. You know, you just put a shulker box inside of a bundle and so forth. It could be that, you know, a bundle that contains a shulker box can't go inside a shulker box, and vice versa. And then of course, you know, shulker boxes are mutually exclusive to themselves, and hopefully bundles will be as well. And then at that point, you know, it won't be infinite. I can't immediately think of like the downsides of infinite inventory. You know, it would be kind of impractical to do so unless, you know, you're actually transporting an extremely large amount of blocks, so you don't have to kind of stop midway. I think that would be the actual use for that. But outside of that, I mean, you know, players wouldn't really need infinite inventory for anything. I think it really just helps with the problem of having that inventory issue, just like they were describing during the live stream. I found it very relatable when they were talking about having 2 flowers or a seed in our inventory when we're doing a lot of traveling and doing a lot of digging and searching for structures and whatnot. So I can definitely relate to the issue, and I think bundles can definitely help with that. So I'm definitely excited to see what infinite inventory could entail for Minecraft. For archaeology, the archaeology is so interesting. When I was watching the stream, I couldn't like live stream it or anything because I was kind of out. But when archaeology came on, it was like after I was kind of missing parts of the stream, and I saw we were on the creator tools, and then I had to take a break, and then I saw the archaeology. So I was like, okay, this must be one of the creator tools, because this is not coming to Minecraft. And I was shocked that it actually is, and I find it so interesting. And my goodness, the thing that Lady Agnes says is that they use this to help deepen the mystery in Minecraft, and that they will never tell the full story. It's so blatantly giving us, like, confirming the fact that there's lore, and makes me want to search even further. And the fact that the archaeology system had the ceramic shards, it's so interesting because it puts like multiple layers upon the history of Minecraft. And I'll definitely have a separate video kind of like with the lore that this update presents so far, especially once I dig a little bit deeper when it comes to some of the mobs and everything. But it's so interesting. The fact that, like, I think that this is the only, if the ceramics shards that we've seen in the preview are actually going to be in the game, you know, because they could change it. These are just previews, and nothing is really set to look exactly the way it is so far. But outside of that, when it comes to some of the pictures, you know, there was one with an ender dragon, which I think would be the first kind of like artifact that would contain the ender dragon, and I think more importantly, a picture that contained Alex, which is very interesting because in the world of Minecraft there is like no other reference to Alex's existence. You know, zombies look like Steve. I think that's probably it. I mean, outside of that, like, everything kind of just looks more like Steve. There's nothing that like really resembles Alex, but this is the first thing that will actually reference Alex. And I think that's really interesting. I can tell that Mojang has been trying to incorporate Alex a whole lot more in the promotional stuff, in the videos and whatnot. So I think that's kind of in the same line with that. But I do believe that does have something to do with the story. I mean, they didn't put these shards in here for nothing. And if we talk about it in the world of Minecraft, the original creators of the shards didn't draw those pictures for nothing. So, you know, as far as we know, there's definitely a lot of story hidden. And I definitely want to put a video together kind of just like proving the fact that there's lore in Minecraft, and looking at all the hints that they've given us so far, especially between the Nether update and this update, that indicates the idea that Minecraft has lore, it has history, and or even the Village and Pillage update as well. and that we really should be looking into it. Even if she's being honest that they'll never tell us the full story. I do believe that there's a lot we could figure out, or at the very least, as you like us to do, make up our own stories, and hopefully get as close as possible with our theories. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. I'm kind of hoping that we couldn't get diamond blocks and like emerald blocks from the structure sites. I mean, it really goes like on the idea that I said before, and I do recall watching one of IBX Toy Kid's videos on this a long time ago, how kind of mining is kind of becoming dead because of the ability just to find things out in the world with ease. And if I think getting a block of diamond from an excavation site is pretty crazy to me. Now, I think the most important thing about the archaeology system, and the brush in particular, is that I believe that the brush will be a craftable item on the fletching table. I think this is where they will introduce the fletching table in order to give it an actual use. Hopefully, it does also do something with bows and crossbows, maybe, but I have no idea what they could do with that. And there's still plenty of time until the update comes out, so they have any time now to announce what they're going to do. But I do think that the brush tool, at the very least, would be something that is coming to the fletching table. I mean, looking at it, it looks like it would be made with sticks and string, perhaps, which is similar to what you would make a bow with. So I think that the brush tool might be the first thing, or the first new thing coming to the fletching table, and hopefully they confirm that soon. When it comes to like cliffs, like when it comes to the cliffs part, I mean, this is just the mountain vote, so I don't really, I guess, have too much hopes. It was kind of just a community thing, so it's kind of whatever. I mean, goats, I hope that goats aren't like completely useless. I mean, I don't know if it would be weird if we could milk goats. I mean, I think that would be fine, just so they have at least one use. I don't know if I think if goats were rideable, then it would be like the first rideable mob that we could use to like damage other mobs. So like it's something that I thought horses could have done, when they stand on their hind legs and swing their fronts in the air. That could be used to like hit a mob if they were standing like really close. But if perhaps the goat could do that instead by ramming into a mob, I think that would be pretty cool. And I think it would be a good alternative to putting armor on it. So instead of putting armor on your horse, you can ride a goat and actually hit something with it. And I think that could be interesting, just so they have a use. I mean, I feel like they're just gonna fall into the category of like llamas and donkeys, to where they're not gonna be. It's gonna be cool for a while, but it's not gonna really last long term. They don't really have. It wouldn't really mean anything for the game long term. Powdered snow is really cool. Kind of the way snow generates initially, sometimes it generates without blocks underneath, which is pretty cool. But now we'll be able to kind of purposely do that, which is interesting. So I am hoping that powdered snow will be something we can like place and use ourselves to create traps. I think that'd be interesting. I do kind of hope that it would be like slightly noticeable. I guess if I could compare it to like silverfish traps or silverfish spawner eggs inside of stone, you can tell that it's that by how fast you're able to break it, and you can like stop right before it breaks in order to make sure you don't trigger the silverfish. So hopefully there's like a slight variation on like what powder snow looks like, or maybe like if you try to put a block on top of it, it breaks, or it floats above it, so hey, this isn't like regular snow that would stack or something. I don't know, but I think having a slight change in it to make it noticeable, so an experienced person that's like looking and being careful can't avoid it. But also, actually that could be a very interesting idea for a cave, if there's like a powdered snow cave, or like a snowy cave where the entrance is like a good layer of powdered snow and you would fall through to enter the cave. That could be very interesting. That could be the next cave, and it would spawn in the mountains primarily, maybe, or like I guess the snowier biomes, but it would be promoted with the mountains in order to push the update and make it look more well-rounded, perhaps. That's interesting. But yeah, and then snowier snow, who knows what that is. I mean, I think they might like make snow where you could like fall in it, and it'll like slow you down perhaps. Maybe it could be like a new type of snow, like regular snow and then compact snow. So like they might change regular snow to be where you could like walk through it and it would slow you down. You could fall through it slowly, and then compact snow would be the way it works now, where you can like stack it and walk on top of it perfectly fine. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with snowier snow. I fear that they might not have known in time either for Minecraft Live, which is why they really passed over it so quickly. I think the thing that blows my mind the most is indeed, I think I kind of skipped over this, but the Warden. I'm gonna make a separate video on the Warden and why exactly I think the Warden is so amazing. I guess if you want a hint towards it beforehand, you can watch my video describing what I want in Minecraft's 4th dimension. There's a particular point in there in which I think the Warden does fulfill, and I think it's really awesome that they've been able to do this. So the Warden blows my mind. But not only that, but for lower reasons. The Warden's gonna have its own video. The Warden's awesome and scary. So I'm very excited to know what the Warden does. But this video is long enough. I don't get ad revenue, so I shouldn't be making this so long. But yeah, I think that's just about it. I think that's just about it. And I mean, I might mention some more things, but I do wanted to make sure, you know, I made this video separate than the actual fact video, so I don't accidentally say something that might seem like it would be coming to the game. You know, they haven't confirmed that they're giving us another cave biome, or that they're letting us name the unnamed one. They haven't told us anything about like copper being renewable, how copper would be perhaps like I think it would be good like if you broke copper, like a green copper block, it could turn back into the brown version or the orange version, so you can place it back down again, or just having a way of cleaning it perhaps. Maybe the fletching table can do that too if you want to just give it a random use. I don't know. Like the brush could do that. Maybe you use the brush to turn copper back in case you prefer the orange color or something, or you want like a gradient and you want to keep it consistent over time or something like that. I don't know, but I think that could be also interesting. But this video is pretty long. I didn't know I was actually talking for that long, so that's interesting. And I'll probably just do a second one for more things when I come up with more ideas, when they release more things. So I'm definitely very, very interested in this update, very excited for this update. I do think, I mean, like, it's awesome that, the cave update is finally a thing, which, they essentially said they were going to do when they were answering questions during the time of the Nether update. I think it was like one of the Ask Mojang sessions, and they had answered a question talking about why they weren't doing a cave update, and they were saying because at the time of that, or like when they were first starting to put the Nether update into operation at the company, the Nether update was the highest rated thing on the feedback site, and when the Nether update was announced and in development, the cave update became the biggest thing on the feedback website. And so they're obviously listening to us, and I think that's an awesome thing, and they really showed that they're doing that, and they went above and beyond, and they're putting a lot of secrets in there, which frustrates me but also makes me so excited to uncover them all, even though I might not ever until maybe my dream of working for Minecraft one day. But I am really excited to see this update for all of those reasons, and I am only looking forward to the future with this. There's I think a lot to look forward to in this update when it comes to, I suppose, caves in particular. I mean, that's definitely what they've done a lot of focus on, and it wouldn't even be bad, I think, if they added more features to the mountains. Maybe they added a new type of mountain biome. I mean, they are adding a lot of variation, and hopefully at Minecraft Live we got to see what the caves could become, and over the time we can see what the mountains can become, and see some of those stunning views, and see some of the ice generating on there and how that might look. So there's definitely a lot left waiting for us. Definitely no rush whatsoever. So definitely super excited. Anything else I can rant on about at all? I as always, I think pretty much in the past few Minecraft Live sessions that we've had for the past years, when it comes to the Nether update, the Village update, and this one that I remember very clearly, I think I watched some of the Aquatic Update 1 as well, but I guess it was quite a while ago. It's not too fresh in my memory now. But you know, I do enjoy the fact that Minecraft likes to acknowledge and take care of every aspect of the community. You know, when it comes to like the drip leaf plant being and the spore blossoms being good for builders, so you can have movable particles, and you know, have a little platformer. Talking about those creator tools, advancing those more, which I think is always the best thing. I think, you know, trying to improve the marketplace, which, you know, I think definitely needs a lot of work. Well, I don't want to say a lot of work. There's definitely one particular issue that makes it so controversial. I should probably make a video on that. And I think, you know, over time they might get to that. So I mean, they are trying to improve. They do give us plenty of free content, and I've tried a lot of it out, and a lot of it is really fun to enjoy, especially for free. So, you know, there's definitely a lot that they're taking care of when it comes to this game. I mean, looking at Minecraft coming to Smash Bros, talking about Minecraft Earth and Minecraft Dungeons finally giving us crossplay. Oh my gosh, can I rant for Minecraft Dungeons for like 5 minutes, please? Oh my goodness, I have so many thoughts about Minecraft Dungeons. Okay, 5-minute rant, let's go. So one, I was kind of frustrated that they didn't give us crossplay at release when they made the effort to like surprise us with the fact that it wasn't going to be just a PC game. Because when they first announced it, it was like going to be on PC, and it was like, okay, that's fine, that's understandable. You know, we have Minecraft, that's their big thing right now. They're looking into other games. This is like, you know, they're another attempt at making a secondary game. It's whatever, fine. I didn't have Minecraft on my computer at the time, so I was like, okay, fine. And then they announced it was going to be for all these platforms. Like, wow, okay. So it seemed very jarring to not have crossplay at that time. Since, you know, I played with plenty of people who don't play on the same device as me. So I think now that we're getting it, I had a feeling that it was going to be, they were going to announce it at Minecraft Live for the longest time now. So it's not necessarily like a big surprise to me, but I'm glad that it's finally coming. I'm glad that they understood the issue with difficulty and adding another difficulty. I was actually going to make it. I was writing the script for Minecraft Dungeons, but I just didn't get to finish it in time for the Minecraft Live show. Life's just been busy, and it's so important to me that they created another difficulty, because Apocalypse isn't what Apocalypse should have been. You know, as they said in the stream, you know, when you say Apocalypse, it seems like it should be the end of the world. And when I first went into Apocalypse, I was like, you know, it should be lots of levels higher. It should be nearly impossible for when you first get in there. Like, every mob should have been enchanted. That's exactly what it should have been. And you know, it wasn't that. It was kind of just, you know, a few levels higher, kind of just like the same gap between the first two difficulties. And I think that's why, you know, a lot of players were able to beat the game in such a short amount of time, you know. And then having DLC to try to keep the game alive is never going to work. DLC doesn't make the game, you know, so it's never, DLC alone is never going to help that. So thankfully, I think the free content that they've added with the the daily missions and things, and adding some more ruins, I think is cool. It's really good. It's really great. I'm very, very thankful for that. And finally adding crossplay along with a new difficulty is exactly what I was hoping for. So thankfully, you know, I guess I don't want to sound conceit, but I guess great minds think alike. You know, great gamers think alike. Whatever the case, you know, they were. I mean, they probably did have a lot of community feedback as well, so I'm sure there's plenty of other people who thought the same thing. And you know, when you actually think about it for a long time, that would be the best solution for Minecraft Dungeons. And I think that, you know, if Apocalypse Plus truly is hard enough, then the game can stay alive for a good longer time. Because you know, DLCs simply is not enough to keep a game alive. So hopefully they do manage that free content behind the DLCs in order to keep the game alive, because I do think that if, you know, it's run by the DLC, then it's not going to end up very well in the long run. But yeah, I'm not a huge Minecraft Earth fan, I guess because, you know, when it was first being announced, it wasn't on a device that I couldn't get it on my device, so I never really had the chance to figure it out, and I guess I've kind of just forgotten about it since then. I've never really tried to reach out to it again. I mean, it is interesting, and I think the technology behind it is super interesting. I've always been kind of interested in that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess Minecraft Earth is cool. I kind of skipped over most of those parts, if I'm being honest. When it comes to Minecraft coming to Smash Bros, I mean that's pretty cool. It's been a meme for the longest time, just like the cave update. You know, it's incredible how the memes have saved 2020. The memes and games have saved 2020. So that's gonna be the title for another video. So make sure you forget that and act surprised when it comes to when you see that video. And I like be a meme on that video instead of being like a smart discussion person or whatever. But yeah. So like I think that's about it. I'm done ranting. I don't think I've ever made a video this long. Actually, I have my videos pulled up here. Do I have any videos that's this long? Like 20 minutes? I guess that one's 17. But I mean, geez, like, I mean, the update is just adding a lot. It's adding a lot. It's really good. If I may, I guess, like, compare, I don't think that it's adding as much as the Nether update did, which probably shouldn't, given that the Nether is an entire dimension, while this is more of a portion of a dimension update. So like that's pretty fair. And of course I enjoy the Nether update more given the fact that it changed survival as a whole, like the potential for survival, like the way you can play it, which is I'm gonna save it for another video because save it for the Warden video. But if essentially it's the same thing, kind of like what I talk about in Minecraft's 4th dimension video, and what I talk about when it comes to like adding new things to the game, of how it should interact with things we take for granted. You know what? I'm already ranting. Let's talk about the Warden. The Warden, you know, takes into account the essentially the sound we make when we walk, which, you know, it's as far as any game, you know, it's just like, hey, I have to make a sound so the gamers can know that they're moving. It's just kind of like a little bit of feedback. But now, interacting with the Warden, it actually interacts with that subconscious mechanic, which is exactly what I think more mobs should do, and they have been doing that, which is incredible. Like the piglins, you know, when they interact with your armor. I'll get another video on it. I'm sorry. Video long enough. Alright, gang Minecrafters, if you watch this long, you're an epic Minecraft gamer. Thank you so much. Gang. Minecraft 2020, hashtag cave update. Finally, caves and cliffs, let's go. Minecraft forever, Minecraft is life, let's go. MC Rep, Agnes is the best. Wait, I think that, how did that get into the script? Who put this in my script? I wasn't talking about Agnes. Anyways, don't be a Fortnite fool, hyper hypocrite, or Roblox reject. Always be an amazing Minecraft master. Stay blocky.